Is a trans woman a woman? In this video, I aim to outline what seems to be a nuanced perspective compared to the extreme views on social media, though I believe it is actually a perspective most people share. So, is a trans woman a woman? Well, no. Woman is the word used to describe an adult human female. A woman undeniably has an XX chromosome and is born with female genitalia. She is generally able to carry children due to having a womb, a cervix, etc. There are, of course, outliers to some of these criteria, but the differences are of a magnitude that we learn to differentiate the sexes before the age of 3. If you were dug up a million years after your death, we know what sex you were, but have no idea what you felt. When you begin to try to define what a woman is subjectively and outside of biology, then the entire gender discussion borders on a discussion about personality types. We're all a bit masculine and a bit feminine. If you really want to try and box it up, then we can agree there are rather 2 genders or 7.8 billion. Now, all that said, most people are well intentioned and at least superficially good. Most people you meet want to make others feel comfortable, so a person who presents themselves as the opposite sex to which they were born in most cases will be and should be acknowledged as such. Gender dysphoria must be a difficult and challenging condition to live with, and those suffering with it deserve the same respect and dignity we offer to others. All human beings who are respectful deserve exactly the same back. Those who are not respectful obviously don't, but I'm personally a believer in trying to exhibit behaviour you want replicated. If everyone fought negative behaviours with positive behaviours, the world would be much better for it. So a trans woman isn't a woman, but in most social situations should be treated as such. But why does any of this matter? Well, it matters because the ideology states that we should lie about basic biology we understand before we develop verbal communication. It is a biological fact of life that any animal on this planet understands. We are told we need to repeat these fallacies or be silenced or persecuted. That there are words and terms that have been recently invented that we must accept, repeat, or risk being put on the same pedestal as people who have contributed to genocide. Children are mutilated without any diagnosis as to whether surgery is the correct route or even whether they had gender dysphoria to begin with. Of those children who have been pushed down this mainly ideological diagnosis, 90% were later found to be autistic, gay, or had other conditions that did not require life-altering surgery. In fact, more than half of the minors treated at the Tavistock Clinic in the UK have since sued for malpractice or medical negligence. It also matters because women's rights suffer to accommodate a very small portion of the population. Women's safe spaces can be breached by anyone without a gender dysphoria diagnosis and who simply claims they are now a woman. Women's sports are no longer a level playing field as biological males join them and irrevocably smash previous female records. I've heard many people discuss Hogwarts Legacy and how it funds J.K. Rowling's views on trans people. Is this on the assumption she is raising funds to create a political party or perhaps an army to eradicate trans people? I can't see how it funds an anti-trans movement in any way. A lot of reasonable people have tried to distance the game from her views, but I'm left confused by how her views have been labelled transphobic in the first place. I have read her tweets, and I may have missed something, but it seems to me she said she loves the trans community, but is concerned the ideology infringes on women's rights. I think her saying trans women are different from biological women does go against the ideology, but I don't see any hate here. She isn't expressing any views that would indicate she would prefer if the trans community didn't exist, neither is she stating any anti-trans stance at all. She seems to be saying the opposite, whilst planting her feet as a feminist. So finally, to reiterate, a trans woman is not a woman, but in most social situations should be addressed and treated as such. That's where I believe we should be as a society, loving and accepting everyone for who they are, whilst being able to openly discuss basic biological differences, and not pretending that these basic principles don't exist. But maybe I missed something. Do you have a different viewpoint? I look forward to discussing it in the comments below. But for now, I hope you have a great day. Goodbye.